Hi all, today I'm going to go over a few simple NumPy exercises and concepts on creating different types of NumPy arrays. I'm going to make this video as interactive as possible, so go ahead and download the Python notebook linked in the description. There are two notebooks. There's an exercise notebook without solutions, and there's a solutions notebook where there's code written out. There's also a video in this playlist where I explain the concepts, so you can watch the video, then download the exercise notebook and try to solve the questions yourself before watching this video where I go through the solutions. So that would be the best way to learn. So when you're ready, you can open the notebook in either Jupyter Notebooks or Google Colabs. I have mine open up in Google Colabs. So when you're ready, let's just start doing some of the first few exercises. The first few exercises are creating lists in Python. So what we're going to do first is import the NumPy package. We're just going to execute this line of code, import NumPy as NP. And so the first question is about creating a list of values with 1, 3, and 5. And this is just a Python list, so we actually don't need to use the NumPy library in this question. So in order to do that, all we really need to do is to create a list is to enclose 1, 3, 5 in brackets. So in order to do that, we're just going to type in 1, 3, 5. And if I execute this line of code, I get a Python list. That's super simple. And if I wanted to save that in a variable, I'm just going to call it L for list. And then I'm going to print the list. So I'm just going to have L as a second line. I get the same thing. The second question is create a list containing the values from 0 to 9 using the range function and assign it to L. All right, so we're going to create a list using the range function, and we're probably going to have to use another function to create the actual list, and we're going to save it to a variable capital L. So there are basically 3 steps in this question to break down. So the first step is to use the range function to create values from 0 to 9. So in order to use the range function, we're gonna just type out range. We're gonna type 10. So if a little pop-up comes up, if you don't know what the parameters are when you're using a function, this one says range parentheses stop, or range start, stop, and step. And that's basically how you use the function. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in the number 10 because that's where we want to stop, because we want to create values from 9 to 10 or 0 to 9. And so 10 would be where the values stop. It'll be exclusive of 10. So if we type 10 here, we're going to create a range of values from 0 to 9. So right now we actually don't see the values. We just see that we have a range from 0 to 10, inclusive of 0, exclusive of 10. And that's the way Python always works, where in the beginning, the start is inclusive of the value. The stop is exclusive of the value. So 0 will be shown and displayed, 10 will not. It will stop at 9. So we have now a range from 0 to 9. We want to create a list out of it. So what we're going to do is use the list function. That will take the range and transform it and convert it into a list. And if I execute this line of code, I get a list of 0 to 9. And then I'm going to save it to a variable we're calling capital L. So that's super easy. We're just capital L equals that list. And then I'm just going to display what the values are in L. And if I execute that code block, I get exactly what I'm expecting. All right. So now print the first element of L. So L is right here. It's displayed right here. The first element is 0. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type out L, because L contains the value we want. We want 0 to be the output of our code. We want to use this bracket notation to index a list. So the brackets will refer to the index. And now inside this bracket, inside the index, we need to basically refer to the first element so that 0 is the output. The first element of a list is always an index of 0. That's where Python always starts their indexes. So I'm just going to write a note. Python starts indices at 0. So that's always going to be the case. So if I want the first element, I'm going to type in 0. And if I execute this line of code, I get 0. Right? Super simple. The only trick is learning that and memorizing that Python will start an index at 0, not necessarily 1, which a lot of people might think if they're new to Python. All right, so that's it for this section, lists in Python. Let's go to arrays in Python. And arrays is when we're going to be using the NumPy library. So there are about 4 questions here. First question, create an array containing the values 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and store it in A. Remember, the NumPy array is used to create an array from a list. So let's just create the list first. The list, of course, has to have these brackets, and then we're just going to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is the list. I'm going to execute this line of code just to make sure that I didn't have any typos or anything weird going on. Nothing weird. I typed it out perfectly. And now I'm going to change this list to a NumPy array. So I'm just using NP because that's the NumPy library, and then the array function. And I know it's a function because there are parentheses that come with this array function. And so if I execute this line of code, I know now it works. I see this array 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then I'm going to save it in a variable named capital A. And if I do that, basically have a second line with the A typed out, it's going to display an array with the values that I want. So that's how I break down a problem. When a problem says create an array with values 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and store it in A, I break it down into its smallest components, which in this case is creating a list first, then converting it into a NumPy array, and then storing it in a variable named A. So I basically break it down, and then I execute the code at each step so I know that it's working. And then by the time I'm finished with the last step, I know the whole thing will work and it's essentially correct. That's the easiest way to ensure that you can debug and isolate problems when or if they arrive. Let's move on to the next question. Print the data type of array A. So to figure out what the data type of array is, we can use a function called type. Or we can use an attribute called dtype. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just type out A and then use the attribute dtype to figure out what the data type for array is. And it's a 64-bit integer. So that's pretty easy. So let's move on to the next question. What is the expected data type of this array and why? So we have this array here, 3.14423, and we want to enter in the data type in between these single quotes here. So the question is, with these values, what's the data type? 3.14 is a float. 4, 2, and 3 are integers. A NumPy array can only have one data type. It can only be one data type. So in this particular example, it's going to either be an integer or a float. I think it's going to be a float. It's the first value. Also, it takes up the most memory to store a float number compared to an integer. So I think in order for NumPy to actually create an array where you're storing 3.14, you need to change this into a float array. So I'm just going to type in float. If I execute this line of code, I get a true, which means that this NumPy array is a data type float. So another way, so that's correct, but I just want to say another way to figure out what the data type is, you can go back to this past question here and just type in a2.dtype. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to comment out. I'm going to comment out the first two lines, execute this line of code, and it's a 64-bit float. So that's an easy way to determine what the data type is of a NumPy array, just in case you don't memorize like rules like this. All right, the last question in this section is create a multi-dimensional array from a multi-dimensional list. Okay, so a multi-dimensional list is essentially several lists. What we can do is we can create a list that says 1, 2, 3, and then comma 4, 5, 6, comma 7, 8, 9. So if I have this is essentially a multi-dimensional list, a list containing lists. And if I execute this line of code, I only get 7, 8, 9, right? And this makes sense because there are basically 3 lines of code here, and this in Google Colabs or this Python notebook is only going to display the last line of code. So what I can do is if I want a list containing lists, a list containing lists just means I want one list with multiple lists inside. So what I'm forgetting here is that I need another set of brackets that encloses all of the lists together. And so what you really have are 3 lists inside one list. If I execute this line of code, I get this multi-dimensional list. So now what I want to do is change that into a multi-dimensional array, and that's super easy because all we know from the past questions, all we need to do is call up this array function from NumPy's, and I'm actually going to make this look a little bit nicer. All I'm doing is highlighting it and pressing tab several times, and now I have it formatted in a pleasant looking way. And then if I execute that line of code, I get a NumPy array, a multi-dimensional NumPy array. All right. So that's it for the first few sections of this Python notebook.